You're watching Bet Republic TV with me, James Eastham, and Steve Claridge. And next up, we've got the clash between Inter and Barcelona, which for the neutrals is the biggest game of the week. Massive season this, Steve, for Jose Mourinho, who romped to the Italian title as Inter boss last year, but that was the least we expected.
Yeah, well, he's found himself there in the same situation he found himself in at Chelsea, didn't he? He was the only bar in town that was spending money.
Yeah.
Same as when he came over here.
And anything, it would have been, he'd have to do something drastically wrong not to have won the title last year.
No, absolutely not. I mean, same, as I say, it's exactly the same situation it was over here, wasn't it? I mean, all of a sudden he comes over here and Chelsea are the only team who are capable of spending money, and boy, did he spend it, and he's done exactly the same over there. So.
Well, he has. Multiple title winners now, Inter, in the Italian league. It's all about Europe. We've seen them in Europe, Steve, the last couple of years against English teams. We've seen them play Liverpool, and we've seen them play Manchester United last year. Yeah. And they've not really offered very much at all, have they? No. I mean, there is a gulf in class from what we've seen, isn't there, between the English clubs and Inter?
Yeah, well, there's obviously a big gap between the Premiership and the Italian league. You know, the Spanish league now is the top of the Spanish league is the only one that's comparable. So they brought him there to be successful in Europe. They brought him there to win the Champions League.
They did indeed.
And that obviously is what he needs to do.
Well, it reflects, the prices reflect, should I say, the fact that Inter are not particularly strong or seen as strong. They're at home here and they're 19 to 10. Barcelona, of course, as holders, you'd expect to be a short price, but they're 8 to 5. Huge gain for two players in particular here who've swapped clubs over the summer in one of the strangest transfers I've ever seen. Samuel Eto'o went from Barcelona to Inter. Is that right? Ibrahimovic went from Inter to Barcelona, and the price differential was something like 30 million quid. The point being that Ibrahimovic was worth a lot more. I mean, absolutely bizarre. What do you make of that,
for the life of me, can't work that one out.
Mourinho,
if it had been the other way round, then I would have
exactly right.
possibly agreed. But I'm not giving 30 million and Samuel Eto'o. I got the feeling that Eto'o left Barcelona simply because it was almost his time was up.
He's done everything, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's won 2 Champions League.
There was no rhyme or reason. Why would he leave? He's still got an awful lot to offer.
Yeah.
It didn't make a lot of sense. You know, he's a different type of player to what they've got there. Yeah. And I couldn't work that one out, I've got to say.
It was bizarre. I noticed Mourinho kept for once quiet all the way through the deal, and then the minute it was done, he said, I can't believe what we've done.
No.
Amazing deal. Ibrahimovic, Steve, how do you see him fitting in at Barcelona with Messi and Henry? I mean, Eto'o was quick and he'd score the goals.
Well, you knew what you were getting from Eto'o. You know, he was, I think, as you say, he was strong, he was powerful, he was a difficult player to play against. Ibrahimovic is, it's mental, isn't it, with Ibrahimovic?
Yes.
I mean, you know, you just get the
lack
feeling,
of mental.
You just don't get the same player every week, and that's not going to sit right at top clubs. You know, top clubs expect A, the manager wants to know what he's getting, and B, you want a player who's going to play well more often than not. And at this stage, he's got a lofty reputation, but I'm not quite sure how he's earned it.
No, he's well, Italian football fans will tell you that Ibrahimovic has been tremendous week in, week out for 3 years for Inter, which is all fine, but he's never done it in Europe, has he?
No.
And if he doesn't do it in Europe with Barcelona, he's
it's like this playground bully, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You're playing well against you're beating up the little ones, but when you come to a big one, we don't see you.
And I don't think he'll get away with that, Barcelona, because they'll be hoping to go at least as far as they did last year. Well, we're backing them with or without Ibrahimovic to win this week. Bit of a big bet, that, isn't it? I mean, it's a big call, really, to win at Inter. But 16 to 11, it's a decent price. We've also gone on under goals, 19 to 20. Might surprise a few people who watched Barcelona play such fabulous football last year. Absolutely right. And Mourinho, he might settle for a point here as well. He's so pragmatic. Under 2.5 goals, not a bad price. That's available at 19 to 20.